Hi, my name's Mark and welcome to the channel. It's summer here in northeastern Ohio, and as a result, my brain is fried. This morning I cracked an egg, and instead of dropping it into a bowl, I dropped it directly down the sink. After that, I went to the grocery store and walked inside realizing I didn't bring my wallet. So this heat is affecting my brain and it's affecting my decision-making skills. So today I'm going to ask Mabel, my corgi puppy, to help me choose my next knitting project. We'll cover all of the details in the video, but that's the gist of what's going on today. So if you're interested in seeing Mabel help me determine what my next project will be, then stick around and let's get into it. So I'm truly melting. It's finally hot in Cleveland. We had a pretty cold start or chilly start to May and the beginning of June, but here we are now with actual heat. It's been in the 80s, even climbing into the upper 80s this week, and in my unair conditioned house, that means it gets to be above 80 degrees Fahrenheit in the house as well. So it's a little bit harder to knit. It's harder to wear my knits, but here I am. I'll start by saying the outfit I'm wearing is actually a costume for an opera I'm in this week. So I'm understudying a large role in a new composition. It's an opera called The Higgler, and it's taking place locally in northeastern Ohio. And this is my costume, my sort of pirate shirt with one of my own knit vests, which I thought it was fun that I could use something from my own wardrobe as part of my character in this opera. So that's why I'm wearing something knit. You might say go change if it's so hot in your house, but I need to wear this for rehearsal in a few minutes anyway, so that's the story there. All right, now for the projects. I've most recently finished my summer tee. That was the Fermine tee by Mr. Wool, and it's something that I've already enjoyed wearing a little bit at the beginning of summer, and I'll enjoy wearing more during these warm weather months. During this opera process, I've been working on another sort of summer appropriate project. It's a slipover, and I'll show that in a video coming up later this month or next month here on the channel. So when that project is finished, which should be in the next week, my slate and my plate are clear. I'm open to work on whatever I want to work on. And of course, I have lingering projects. I have abandoned projects and some things that are still partially in progress, but for the most part, I've cleaned up my works in progress or unfinished things. I think I knocked off 4 or 5 of them in the last 2 months after making a video about them here on the channel. All of that to say, for the first time in a long stretch of time, I'm able to really choose what I want to work on without so much pressure of lingering projects. So to help me decide, let's welcome Mabel. Step one is to wake her up. So let's go wake Mabel up and let her know what's going on here with the decision making. All right, Mabel, we've got a question for you. Would you help us select a project? All you have to do is choose from one of these crumpled up papers. I'll take care of the rest. Perfect. Thanks. If it's your first time watching the channel, Mabel is our corgi puppy. She's about 4.5 months old now, and she's a great dog. We really enjoy our time with her. She's made things a lot of fun for us, and she's very sweet. She's responsible, she's pretty mature for a puppy, and I think she has an appreciation for fiber arts. She's pretty respectful of it, and I don't know, I'd like to think that she appreciates it and has an interest. Wouldn't we all like to think that of our pets and children? All right, we'll get back to Mabel once we've covered the categories I'm considering and the projects themselves. So here's the deal. We're going to give Mabel 3 options to choose from, and whatever she chooses will be the project that I undertake in the next couple of weeks. I'll start that project and I will see it through because Mabel chose it. This idea was recommended to me by Marla, one of our customers at Around the Table Yarns, so thank you, Marla, for this suggestion for my next project. I thought about doing this in a completely blind way where Megan or Ned would put together the actual pattern recommendations or options so that it would be a complete surprise to me. But for this first trial of Mabel choosing my project, I want to have a little bit of control in the situation, so I've created 3 possible categories. The first category is a project that is brand new. starting something brand new with new yarn and picking a pattern that I haven't previously worked on. So to fill this category, I'll be putting forward the nomination of Golden Fern by Jennifer Steingass. This project is a fingering weight sweater with a fair bit of color work, but not for the whole body of the sweater. So you'll see here in these pictures, the top portion, kind of the top 2/3 of the sweater are solid. And then lower in the torso, you get color work. And the pattern actually calls for 3 colors. One for the main color of the body, one for the top portion of the color work, and then sort of a gradient, a darker version, or you could go lighter, for the bottom portion of the color work. So I'd be looking at using 3 colors of fingering weight yarn for Golden Fern. The next category is something that's on my wish list, maybe a project that I've already planned to make at some point, or something I already have the yarn for, but I just haven't gotten around to starting the project. So it's not really abandoned, it just hasn't taken off. My nomination for this category is one of my Fair Isle inspired projects using yarn I purchased in Shetland. My husband and I took a trip to Shetland last fall and we picked up 3 sweater quantities of Jameson's yarn from Jameson's of Shetland. We also got to tour the mill and meet some designers, and really get a good feel of what the craft is like, the history of the craft, the history of fiber and sheep on Shetland in a very short trip. So we got our feet wet into some of that history, and we came home with a beautiful amount of wool that we could use for these projects. And they're big projects, they are detailed projects, and I just haven't started them yet. So I'm putting forth one of the Fair Isle projects for this category. And that would be something like the Karis vest by Marie Wallen or the Troutbeck sweater, also by Marie Wallen. Again, I say Fair Isle inspired because Marie Wallen is not a Shetlander, and these aren't necessarily traditional Shetland patterns with the color work. Some might be, some might not be. So it's Fair Isle inspired. We're using multiple colors, 2 colors per row, no more than 2 colors per row, and doing all sorts of color work, all over stranded color work. Now, the final category for these options Mabel can choose from is to finish something that is lingering. And in this case, I'm choosing something that's really been weighing on my shoulders, which is my sea glass cardigan. If you've been here before, you might know that I was hosting a make-along, sort of a make-along gone awry, a lengthy make-along, a challenging make-along. It was a learning experience, and I hope you're not harboring too much ill will towards me if you participated in the make-along. It was a sea glass make-along with any of the sea glass patterns by Wool and Pine. There were things like hats, a tee, a a pullover sweater, and a cardigan. And all sorts of people joined me for swatching, for working on their one-by-one color work, and I think people found success in different measures. Some people got to know their skills through swatching and figuring out one-by-one color work, maybe doing color work for the first time, and maybe that's as far as they got, which I think is a great stride. Other people got partway through projects, like me, and then several people finished really beautiful projects. So it was a loaded project. There's a lot of yarn. Anyway, we'll talk more about it when I work on it, and if I work on it, if it's Mabel's choice. So that's the third thing I'm putting forward, my unfinished sea glass cardigan from Wool and Pine. All right, now that we have our 3 contenders, I want you to guess on the count of 3 which one you think I'm hoping for Mabel to choose. So let's both say what I'm thinking after we count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. I don't have a preference. I thought I had a preference, but now that I think about it, I don't know that I really do. So I'm sorry for leading you on. Part of me wants to start a new project. So I'm hoping for the Golden Fern. That way there's no added baggage. I can just sail through a new project. I think the other part of me, and maybe this is what I really want, is to finish my sea glass cardigan. And I think with Mabel divining the choice, it might push me to do it. I don't really want to start one of the Fair Isle projects. But at the same time, if Mabel chooses those, it'll be great to pull that yarn out and start those big projects. I think those will become heirloom pieces for me. So I have to start them at some point, and maybe this is the time. So let's prepare the selections for Mabel. We'll grab her and we will find out what she chooses. You saw it here first. In an unexpected twist, Mabel took the paper and ran with it. So let me go get her, try to get the original paper. If I can't get it back, for whatever reason, we can do the process of elimination by looking at the 2 remaining options. I'll be back. I don't know why I didn't consider the possibility of that, but you saw it here. Mabel took the choice and ran with it. So after crawling underneath the bed to get it back, here we are. And I'll say, crawling under the bed, chasing the dog, not helpful when I'm already burning up and melting. Okay, sea glass it is. It's something I wanted, not something I really wanted to tackle, especially in the summer, but we're going to tackle it. So I think that's the right choice. Let me grab my progress. We'll talk a little bit about it, and then I'll wrap things up for today's video. So back to the sea glass we go. I initially kept my sea glass cardigan in my Steamline luggage case because I like to keep projects gathered in a bag I like. I like to give things, I don't know, a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing association to heighten the enjoyment of working on those projects. But in this case, it just didn't quite work. There were too many color changes, too many tangles, too much yarn for me to be enthusiastic about working on the project at a regular clip. And one issue was that I travel a lot, and I didn't want to take this as a travel project. I still don't want to take it as a travel project, but fortunately, I'm around for most of the summer, so I can work on it at home. And maybe I can just work on it in air-conditioned places. I can target that time for this project. So let's take a look. I think the project is beautiful. I still like my colors. I still love my yarn. And I have maybe half of it done. I think I've got, I'll hold it up, about half of the body done. It looks a little busy, a little crazy here, but maybe on the above head camera it calms it down a bit. One issue is that this is a very, very heavy sweater. It's almost like a coat or a jacket. And that was another thing that slowed me down in the process. So I don't mind it. I think I'm going to be happy with the finished project. I think I'm going to enjoy wearing it, but it's just taking a little bit more effort to execute it. And that's okay. The other thing to showcase is the amount of yarn. I've got my main color in these big old skeins, and then I've got all of my contrasts. And you can see them jumbling together in one big strand. So we'll tackle it. I'll do the knitting, you'll do the supporting, and I'll get to the end of this project. So I think this is the right choice. I think Mabel is really wise. She's thinking clearly, even if I'm not. So hopefully I'll have updates for you in maybe 2 or 3 months' time. I'm hoping by September I'll be able to finish this up, and I'll have it to enjoy for the fall and the winter that's coming up. All right, I'm absolutely melting. I can hardly look at myself in the monitor. I need to go. I need to cool off. So thank you for being here. Thanks for watching the channel. Thank you to Mabel for helping me choose my next project. Thank you for putting up with me and the randomness, the silliness, the projects, everything. I appreciate you choosing to be part of this community. I think it's a great place to be online. And I don't know, it keeps me accountable for a lot of the things that I'm working on in my life. As always, a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. I've got June and July Zoom dates that I'm posting here on the screen, so make sure to take those down if you're interested in Zooming with us. And some of those have topics, things that people have put forward to say, I want to talk about this specifically. So if you're interested in joining us for those Zoom sessions, you can find me over on Patreon. I'll have the link in the description box and in the pinned comments, so you can always find us over there. Thanks so much for choosing to be here with me today. As always, happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy crafting to you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.